Oh, hi there. Welcome to Sleeping Dog video. I like that better than saying sleepingdog.video, which is my website. But Sleeping Dog video is really wanted to be more of my trade name. Today, I would like to show off some of my TEMU, TEMU.com watch bands that I got and show off some of the original watch bands that I got off Amazon.com. So, since I opened these and then decided to redo the video, so I actually unpackaged these already. And then I'm just going to show this one. I'll show you in more detail. And then this is the package of all my other Amazon watch bands. So now I'm going to show you some of my ones I got off a couple years ago off Amazon. Now Apple has bands. You can get people joke about it being a rubber grip. They call it some fancy name like elastopolymer or something design. And I don't mean grip, I mean a watch band. And people joke it's just a rubber watch band. And I'm also thinking of maybe trying my hand at making a TPU, which is a plastic version of rubber watch band, if I can do that. I haven't decided if I want to spend the time to try to learn how to do the little connectors. These connectors, Apple, when they first started the Apple Watch, and I got the Apple Watch called the Zero, because they made two versions of the Apple Watch 1, which was the 0 and the 1, and then they made Apple Watch 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Currently, I have Apple Watch, I think this is the 6th version, and this is almost run out of battery power. So you can see here, if I do this is my great Snoopy watch face. Let me try to get it for you. That's that. Let's see if I can get it into a Snoopy. Oh, now it doesn't want to. There you go. You see? That's the Snoopy, and it has umpteen, like 30, 40 different routines he goes through. And let's see, you got to go down and then you got to pull it up to get it to change for you guys, like this. See, it's really cute, and now it's trying to go to my passcode because I don't have it on my hand. Oh, here he's going to, I don't know if you saw that, he's going to school. And then he has a smile on his face like in the cartoons. I always watch those a lot, and I've watched them so many times, the full ones, on YouTube. So I keep watching those over and over again because I really like those and the Peanuts gang. So I recommend at least trying that watch face if you have an Apple Watch. Now, what was my train of thought? So it's $50 to $250 for, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. The Apple Watch 0 and 1, this was a proprietary connector, and where nobody else could make watch bands for it. Then you ended up having to pay between $50 for the rubbery band, all the way to $250 for the, if I pronounce it right, somebody's gonna probably correct me, La Lemez or something, watch band, famous designer. And you know, they even came out with the gold, 18 karat gold watch, and tried to sell that off. And that was, I think, a disaster. I don't know, maybe one or two of the rock stars or film industry. Maybe they bought it. But that was ridiculous to try to make one like that. When the next year, when in like 2 or 3 years, you just did an upgrade because it's basically a computer. So in 2 or 3 years, you're just gonna buy another one. So I bought and I love it. So I love the color and everything for me. And I bought not the stainless, just the regular aluminum version. I don't have the tendency to bump in the doors and stuff and scratch the watch up. So I don't worry about that. So I just paid like $350 or so for the watch. I got the larger version, which at this time was the 42 millimeter watch. Now the watches are a tiny bit bigger than that. Now, when you're buying watch bands, remember either on TEMU, TEMU.com, where I got my latest ones, or Amazon, make sure you buy the right size for your watch. So it'll say like for 38, 39, whatever band sizes, or the 42, 45, etc. millimeter sizes. And then you'll know what watch size you have. If you don't remember what size watch you have, look at the code on the back and then search on apple.com to see what size your particular watch is. And if you want to find out what particular model of watch yours is by the serial number. Some of the watch bands, so first, these watch bands were only like, I think all these I got, is this one included, on Amazon, I think were like $10 a piece. And then some of one watch band, this one, which is really looks dirty now because I never learned how to clean it, but it was a really well-used band, and it has that horsey Mexican look and feel to it. And it's a really nice, and all these bands, since I wanted to go back and make sure I didn't not tell you, Apple finally gave way and allowed third parties to either license or to just copy the connector. And when they did that, it opened up a whole market for cheap, but not cheap as in falling apart cheap. Like all the bands that I got were $10 or less, except for this one and occasional ones, but maybe 15 at the outside. But compared to 50 to 250 for the Apple Watch bands, these are, I love these, so I can't say more about these. Maybe I'll try to put some of the links in the description where I got these, or the actual link on either Amazon or TEMU. All these were Amazon or TEMU. Now this one, you can see the stitching is still perfect after a couple years of wearing it. You can see right where the little clasp goes in that it's really worn there. But it's a well used, and it didn't fall apart. See, it's not falling apart on the sides even. A lot of cheap leather and type bands will separate in two parts on the sides, or the stitching will start to come out. But this is a really nice one. There's even little metal pieces there to hold the band together around the connector. This is what the connector looks like for your Apple Watch. Most of mine are all metal looking connectors instead of, I guess you can get watch bands with maybe a gold or rose gold connector instead. But all mine are kind of the chrome silvery connectors. So that was one. This one, I really like this type clasp. Someone can comment or something on what these are called, the different clasps on here. But I like this one. This is supposed to be wine red, And you see, I've used this quite a bit too. So this one, yes, it did fade a little bit, the leather. I think this is also genuine leather. And you can see the back, and you can see all the stitching. Maybe you can't because it's wine-colored stitching. But it's all still together, you know, still held up. It's still nice and sturdy, hasn't fallen apart. So in the olden days, when you had like Chinese companies that would make knockoffs, and they would you would get it home and it wouldn't be more than what you paid for it. If you paid $2 for it, it was worth maybe $1. So you would have to throw it out after a week because it was a piece of crap. Now, I would say for TEMU, you may have your own feelings. A lot of people are really, especially now, in this day and age, and that's as far as I'll go with talking about that. Use your imagination. But Chinese companies, I take it for what it is. I think maybe the government, you have different things. And I'm trying not to get into too much because I don't want a backlash of just talking about that and not getting to the actual video. But I find TEMU the best of the Chinese sites. So if you like AliExpress and what's the 2 or 3 other sites that are Chinese, I don't mind. TEMU I like the best. And TEMU has a warehouse in the United States. There's a little bit of deceptive practices with TEMU. It isn't perfect, but I think everything I got off TEMU, the only thing I haven't tried is returning something. But I thought for very cheap and low price, I get top quality products, which you'll see in a moment. So I'm just not talking, I'm going to show you in a moment. And so I take it for that with a grain of salt. I have to take everything with a grain of salt. And I'm thinking that maybe you should, if you want any semblance of sanity, take things with a grain of salt. So if I would maybe try it for small items, see how it works, see the ordering process. Just make sure on TEMU, because on AliExpress or somewhere, I didn't have my address correct. And then I got many packages returned because the address was incorrect. And USPS, the United States Postal Service, in my area, just one is a crap. Maybe you like them, but in my area they're crap. You know, maybe 1 out of 10 packages they don't deliver. I just got a text message, and you got to worry whether they're false text messages or not. So I was trying to figure out if it was legitimate or not, because I ordered a few things from TEMU.com, and I got a text message that it said my address was wrong and it couldn't deliver my package. Now, I've had that before happen to me, but I checked on TEMU.com and it's 100% the correct address. So I'm kind of skeptical, and you should be too, whether that's a phony thing. So I tried to go to, I'm signed up for, home delivery or something, where you can, where it'll scan your letters and it'll scan your packages on USPS and then send you a text or email, and you can see what packages are coming or waiting at the post office. Now, I didn't see anything in my delivery inbox, so I'm kind of skeptical on that. I'm hoping it's not a package because what it said in the email or in the text message was press Y to confirm, and then it would come up again with a link to go to USPS.com, only after you press Y. Now that was pretty skeptical to me. So I would do two things. One, I would completely ignore it and delete it, immediately delete it, because I even got once one of those scam letters that was a complete scam, and then I was about to go through with it and open it, and then I found out from the internet's good in this respect. You can search, and there's usually a forum or two that will tell you if others are having the same issue. Then you can find out if it's a real scam or not. So before you freak out, go online, check the forums, and ask a question. Does anybody have, either in Google search, in Gemini, in ChatGPT, or on the forums, and ask, has anybody had such and such? Even put the wording of whatever the email title is into the message that you're sending over, like Google search. And it should pick it up and give you a website of other people talking about it. If other people are talking about it, then you know it's a scam and you can calm down and then just delete it and move on. Otherwise, you're just going to freak out. So that's my 2 cents. So back to this. This was another one on TEMU. No, not TEMU. Sorry. Amazon. I'm showing you the Amazon ones first. This is, it looks like a horseshoe. Now the hard part is when I put it on my wrist, this pin is a metal pin that comes out, and it's a cool watch band. It's a horseshoe design clasp, but it's that's called parachute cord design. And there's the watch band for the Apple Watch connector. And then this comes out like that. It has 3 spaces, but when you put it on your watch, you got to line up on your wrist. You got to flip it over and hold it in the right position. And then, you see this? You got to screw this back in, line up the hole when it's on your wrist, and screw it in. Once you get it screwed in, it's heavy enough, but it's not too heavy. And it goes like this, and like that. And then it's very nice. I like the cord is very nice, sturdy. This is another great one. It was like either $10 or $15. So all these except for one were in the range of about $10 to $15. Now, let me show you another one. Here's another one. It's okay, I like it, but for the price, I bought it. But it's a little bit of stretchable, and it could probably get dirty easily. I bet that's a little bit of dirt on it already. But once you put it on, then you can stretch. Then, oh no, it uses, see right here, Velcro. So it uses Velcro to attach around your wrist like this. I think like that around your wrist. So then I bought a couple. I bought one, I think in blue or black, that was a Apple Watch specific band when I bought the watch. And then a couple of these I bought off Amazon, which are just like the Apple Watch ones. You never know the difference. One was even a little bit thicker and nicer, like this one. I think this is the one I bought off Amazon, and it's even nicer than the Apple Watch ones. And it's the same rubbery band. So I love that. I tried this. This was supposed to, in the pictures, look like a lemon yellow, which I thought lemon yellow might look cool sometimes. But then it ended up to be this kind of muted orange. And it looks all right. In my video, this is probably the correct colors of each of the bands. It might be not the same luminance, so it might be brightening a little bit, but the color should represent what it looks like. So you can take that. I do like, you see here, nice leather to do this. This is another, I think, stretchable, but it might be still a parachute cord or something. I wanted this type of braiding effect because my sister for a little while was getting me into teaching me English writing. Growing up, I did mainly bareback or on a Western saddle on a pony we had. But I've been learning a little bit of English writing. But what I love is in the English bridles, they have all this type in the reins, part of the English bridle. I love this weaving or whatever you call this design. So I was trying to get this design in a watch band. And then, but I got this one, which is pretty cool. This is supposed to be coffee colored watch band. And it was the same one, just in coffee color. So I love that. And it's not, I don't think it's as red as it's showing up. Maybe. And then let's see the other. This is the other half to the other band. So these were the two halves to it. And then, oh, and here's, I'll show you the clasp. See how well that clasp looks? That clasp looks really Western and really Spanish looking. And I really love that. So this was the one that was a big whopping $40. The highest price. Then I had gotten, way back before they started Apple allowing for the app for third parties to use their connectors. That was the best thing that Apple ever did as a company. Say what you want about Apple, but the best thing they ever did for the community and for makers out there and companies is allowing people to use their proprietary connector for their Apple Watch bands. It so much opened up the market. So what companies did was they would, and mainly Chinese companies, they would get, let me flick the my messages off the screen, and then they would make these connectors, and they would have little tiny eyeglass screws that hold this together. Now, if you ever get these connectors, see, this is a Swatch made regular band for the Swatch watches, but this is a very one-of-a-kind or limited edition. Since I'm a tennis teacher, as you can see from my clothes, later I'm going to my tennis teaching lessons. But this is a French Open watch band. This is supposed to represent the Roland Garros red clay. And this white, you see how it looks a little bit like a tennis net, if you know what a tennis net looks like. So it's white to look like a tennis net, and then the rare Roland Garros red clay of France and Spain. And so this is a rubbery band. So this was special to me. And this, and this is the other part to it. And what happens is in San Francisco, they have a, I don't know if it went out of business because of all the crime we've been having, but after COVID and then all the crime, there was a Swatch store, and they would sell me this, because this piece would invariably, this is like my third one, would break. So that's the only part that would break. So I have to buy another piece and then put it on and then use it. But what I would recommend if you get the connectors alone to put on some watch band that was very special to you and you wanted to use it, but it's not an Apple Watch band, and you would like to use it with your Apple Watch, you can get these connectors, but I would make sure you put what is called Loctite Blue. There are other brands which are similar, but remember Lock, L-O-C-K, tight, I think it's T-I-G-H-T, blue, not the red, the blue. The red, well, when you put this in, you won't be able to get it off. The blue, with enough force, you'll be able to get it undone. But what you don't want, one of these connectors, a different design, kept loosening up, and then my watch kept falling off. Luckily, it didn't break, but I didn't want it to fall off, and I never got around to using the Loctite Blue. But I would do that because I do worry about these loosening up the screws and then falling off. But once you use the Loctite Blue, which is what it's called in the United States, there might be a similar product in the rest of the world. So that is, then you can use pretty much any watch band you want then with your Apple Watch. So that's what they did before Apple opened it up for them to make their own Apple Watch. Then when they opened it up, that was just, again, that was the best thing Apple ever did, was to open it up so they could make their own connectors. This one might have been another Swatch band that I put one of those connectors together, if you can tell. Yeah, it looks like there's two little screws. See there? Let's see if I can get it to focus. Not quite, but there's two little screws there. So yes, I use this band, which I really love, but it's not an Apple Watch specific band. So those are most of those. Let's see if there's anything else I forgot. Oh, and this is the one I was using recently, up to recently. This is another really nice Apple Watch specific band, but not from Apple. So this is from Amazon again. And I think another $10 or $15 band. See how it's really nice? It still stayed together. It's a little bit dirty, so I should probably clean it. And then it's really still sturdy, pliable, nice. These haven't come apart. These haven't, the little loop things haven't broken off yet. Really great. So I'm going to put you on pause for a second so I can break up the session. And so my latest 4 bands from Amazon, now I'm saying Amazon, from TEMU, TEMU.com. What I like about TEMU also is, one, they have a warehouse in the United States, and that means that you can get stuff from TEMU within 1 week to 2 weeks maximum, where the other companies coming from China, AliExpress and others, it takes 3 to 3.5 weeks to ever get something. Then you wonder if you're going to get it at all. So what I was saying before, what I hate about my USPS postal service in the United States is that if you don't get something from the post office, try calling them and have them search for your package. I called once and I had it ring literally 50 times until I gave up, and they didn't answer the phone once. So I understand they're maybe understaffed, and maybe even more understaffed with the current administration, but it was just, if they deliver it, they deliver about 1 out of 10 packages just doesn't come, and I have to tell Amazon.com that I didn't get it, and would you please resend another package? And I just cringe every time I see a package that's coming from Amazon. I mean, coming from USPS, shipped from there. I wanted to say one thing about Amazon, which is another tidbit that others may not tell you in reviews because they want the flashier reviews, is that Amazon way back, this is just a story, I started, not the first people to start, but I didn't for a long time sign up for Amazon delivery, and because I didn't want to spend the amount of money, so I would just pay the shipping and not spend very much. But then I decided to sign up for the around $10 a month of that time for shipping. Then I would have free shipping. So that was a good deal until Amazon kept raising the prices and raising the prices. So Amazon, so do you ever find, one time I wanted to return something and it was just frustrating as heck to find out where the return, even the return policy was, or the link to the website where you could find out how to return something. And then to find out how to return it, even if you found that part of the site, was frustrating. Jeff Bezos didn't want us to return stuff. So that was terrible. Then, I don't know how far from then, when Jeff Bezos decided to give in and allow you to return stuff, it is just, today, it's just dead simple to return stuff. You have to print out a form to return. You know, there's a easy button. I don't remember exactly where it is, but an easy button when you want to return stuff on your order page. You just maybe check a box on why you're returning it. Maybe you want to tell them and help them out why you're returning it, or you don't have to do that. And you don't even need the packaging for it. You just need the barcode. Take it to print it out in your printer. The barcode, go to your local, it's our local Whole Foods grocery store, or UPS station, and maybe there's one other store, or I don't know if you can do FedEx or not. But then I do usually UPS because it's within a nice leisurely walking distance from my house. I get the exercise in on a great, nice, warm for the Bay Area, 70-degree weather day, and return it and have a reason to go for a walk. And it is just great. That's why I do so much on Amazon. And TEMU if I want a little bit better price for it. So this one I put on. There you go, another, there he goes. No, he's not pouncing yet. He's supposed to be pouncing on something. Okay, and this is the, let me try another one of these. No, he's sleeping. I guess he's sleeping on that one. Okay, so this is a band. This is from, I like the little bit weathered look on the bands. You can get one that's more of an orangey look, but this, I like the kind of weathered look. It's thin leather. It's not super thin, but it's nice that it's more pliable than for a thicker band that has to wear in. Like there's a couple, like this one, I'll show you, is, let me finish showing you this one. This, the connectors, this is where it goes on your wrist for all the controls of taking your, not blood pressure, but your heart rate and everything else, and your monitoring. But then it's, you have to slide this in. So you got to put your finger back here and put it at the right place where the little latch is here, and then to get it to slide this connector out to get it to come off. So that's a little hard, but not impossible. And this is pretty decent. Look at all the nice stitching. How can you say that this isn't a top quality band? You know, that's the inside. And then look at the outside. This is supposed to be kind of a dirty, weathered band look. And look at that. Look at that, like that. And there's the Apple Watch. And these snaps, I think they come undone. Now, these right here look like they would, but I don't think they do. Let me try. Yeah, I don't want to force it. See how that has a brad connector. So I don't think these come out. That might be good to be able to, but they would want the Apple Watch connector to come off. So I like this. I think it looks good. I showed you around my wrist what it looks like on my wrist. Like that. So I think it looks really nice. And this isn't a real smooth leather feel. This is a little more of a rough leather feel. So that's another tidbit that others may not tell you about. And then let me show you the next watch band. This one, I don't know whether I liked it, but for one of these, because I left it in my cart on TEMU.com and shopping cart, and wasn't sure I wanted to order these. But each of these were like, instead of $10 to $15, these were like five something plus dollars a piece. So that's even more amazing. Now this, whether you like it or not, it is kind of it's a little bit of a biker or real Mexican watch band. I'll show you, I'll put this on, and instead of putting my watch on and off on the band, since it takes a little while, I will just put the band on and show you with the band on what it looks like. So if I can get this in here. I never know. My wrist is usually an in-between wrist. So it's like I'm always trying to push it and get it to hook into a hole in between a hole. That's why I can never get it. Now this is what it would look like with the Apple Watch. The band itself is really lightweight. So it's just the weight of the Apple Watch that you feel. Now this, you can see, it looks pretty nice. Even though, but the one drawback is it has a heavy snap. And this is a high quality heavy snap. Maybe you can hear it. And then you can see this. That's amazing detail. So, and it's leather, and it's also the rougher leather. Maybe it'll soften up, or maybe you might even want to try putting leather preservative stuff on it, like I'm supposed to do on my couch. And this is where the Apple Watch would go, and these are the connectors. What you have to do on this one is kind of bend it out of the way and get it to slide in. This is the hole for it to go through and sense. But every time you want to, now if you're one that likes this design and wants to ride the motorcycle or something and wants to, and always bangs your watch on a countertop or something, this might be the watch for a band for you. This is definitely going to protect the top. And this will, but you're going to have to take this off, look at the time, then re-snap it every time you want to look at the time. So that is kind of inconvenient. But if you like it, great. I think it slides a little bit. So there's even one more. There might be one more wrist. If there's one more, otherwise, yeah, I think there's one more. My wrists are kind of a medium size. There we go. And then you see it fits better. It still slides around. So I may or may not, if my arm swells a little bit during the day, it'll be the right size. If it's in the morning, then it's always a little bit different size. So I'm debating, but for like $5 or $6 US, it was a no-brainer to get it and decide if I like it and want to wear it even once or twice. And it's worth $6. This one I really love too. I find that this one might be a little bulkier than this one. So this one I might like a little bit better in less bulkiness to wear. But this one is the sheer design of this Naugahyde, I think, rope that goes down here on the sides. So if you can see that, I'll pull it back. And that's just, to me, beautiful design. So that's just gorgeous. And for $6, you can't beat that. And sure, if for some reason it didn't hold up very well, that's, here nor there for $6. But in all these other bands that I've tried, and you know how many I've tried, each one has held their weight in gold, as they say, at least in the U.S., the saying. So if these hold up anything like those, then it's just an amazing price. And I don't know how people do that and how people, make a living making this type design and selling it for $6 US. But that's maybe a lot of money in some other countries. But you see how that, and you see the kind of streaking but leathery, dark leather look. I like that. Sometimes I like the lighter leather. Like this is a great one, and my brother likes this one because I got him a couple bands for his Apple Watch. This was the one I got him also. And this one he likes for if he has to go to a work meeting or something or go to the office. Right now he's working from home after COVID. But when he has to go for work meetings and stuff, he likes this one better. He does like this one. I think I got this one for him too. But he likes for dress up. This is more conservative. So he likes that watch band. But this to me is just beautiful. I may put my Apple Watch on this one, come back to you. But it even has this roller mechanism right here to help guide or help for the clasp. And all these clasps are called a different type of name for them. And that's just beautiful. Then my last one is this one. This is a rubbery band, but you see this detailed design. Let's see if I can get it to focus. I wish I could get it to focus. I'm using an app called Filmic Pro, which doesn't focus as much as it should. I should be able to focus all the way in there, like I can when I'm taking pictures with my Apple iPhone. But anyway, that's just look at the design. And I always put my hand behind it. It's supposed to focus if you put your hand behind it. I don't know if that helps any. But that's the technique in the video industry. But then you got this part, which is supposed to help it focus. Then you got this part. So this one I might probably wear today for tennis. But I just love the intricate, oh, there you go. The intricate design on this band is just amazing. And they have a couple versions with, like, one has a rose design that I didn't think was for me, but is really nice. And they have one that's a skull. This is also a skull and crossbone design. So that was amazing. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show. I might try to put links in the comments where you can get these. And I will come back after I put my Apple Watch on this one to show you before I conclude the video. I finally got this one put on, and it's in low power mode. So, but you can look at the band on my arm, and it looks great. It's I don't know. You can comment if you think it looks a little bit bigger. I think it looks a little bit bigger, but it's so gorgeous, this design around here, that I think that overshadows that it's a fairly large watch band on my wrist. So I think in certain situations it is, and I have to get used to whether it's going, I don't like a watch band that's going to always go like this around your wrist. I like it not extremely tight, but I like it tight enough that it can't get over my bones on the side of my arm and go back around. I don't like that feeling. That feeling makes me feel like it's too loose. So, but this is just, but to me, this is just gorgeous. The band, it doesn't have, like these as I showed, doesn't have the intricate carvings in it. It's just mainly flat leather. But this braiding around here, if you want to call it, is just, it just looks nice. So you can say what you think. There's the clasp on the bottom. And once again, you can look at it from side to side. Really looks nice to me. So that's all for this review. This is John for Sleeping Dog Video.